Hello and welcome to Lisa's Lair. I'm so glad that you found this channel. I hope that you'll watch all of the videos in this channel and comment on the topics for those videos as well as the topic for this one. The avatar in front of you is named Lisa, and the topic is about the oversexualization of women in video games as a response to the video that I linked to in the description. So click on that link and watch the video, and then come back and give some comments as I'm giving comments on the topic. The first thing that I think contributes to the oversexualization that I see in the virtual world of Second Life has to do with the definition that people have in their minds of what's attractive. For some people, attractive means looking sexually provocative. Not all people, but for some people, that's what they're thinking about when they decide to create an attractive avatar. The second reason I think we're seeing an oversexualization of women is that many clothing designers will create what they think is going to be in high demand or what they think is in high demand. If you're seeing a lot of garter stockings and stripper clothes and lingerie and and nipple rings and string bikinis and pasties and thongs and butt implants and boob implants, maybe you're seeing all of that because people are buying all of that, and that clothing designers and people who create items for sale are seeing what is in demand, and so that's why they're making more of it. The third reason I think may be because I believe that how women's bodies are presented is culturally defined in many cases, and so people bring their cultural conditioning into the virtual spaces in terms of how they feel they want to portray their own avatars. The other reason I think is that there are many men who are using female avatars, and so typically I think a person may create a female avatar in a way that they think is attractive, and I would guess that there's at least 30 to 40% of the female avatars that are men sitting at a keyboard. That's just my guess. I don't have any research to back that up. The other reason is that there is money to be made in Second Life as a female avatar, as a stripper, as a prostitute, as an escort, and in many other ways as well, but I'm speaking to the point of oversexualization of women. And in the sex industry in Second Life, that tends to be very popular. To fetishize, to attract fetishizers is often the goal in trying to make it lucrative in some of these roles that they have in the sex industry of Second Life. The other issue is that I think the person in the video was mentioning a connection between the oversexualization of women and just the lack of respect for women. And I do think that there's probably a culture in this virtual space where it's commonplace for women to be disrespected or to feel that way. And I found that a lot of women put in their profiles, don't ask me for sex, and don't do this and don't do that, and they're kind of putting confrontational rules in their profiles, and I think they wouldn't be doing that if they weren't encountering a lot of occurrences of feeling disrespected in some way, that they now have to give their rules very clearly like that for people in terms of how to engage with them. Does that have to do with oversexualization of women in video games, or does that have to do with the mindset that people bring into this virtual space? I think it has more to do with the mindset that people bring into this virtual space. And then the last thing I wanted to point out is that there may be some women who do not feel that they have the attention that they would like to have outside of this virtual space. And so then they want to live vicariously through their avatar. So maybe they want to be that very sexy and fetishized woman in this virtual space because they haven't had those experiences away from Second Life. So it may be purely experimental for them, or it may be meeting some need that they have. Those are my reasons for, I think, Oversexualization of the female body is quite common in Second Life. I'm interested in hearing your views. So please feel free to leave comments, and if you have some other topics that you would like for me to present in future videos, I'd love to know about them. Thanks again for visiting Lisa's Lair.